Received the replacement piston today, MS181. It's a 181C is the actual saw. And here it is. Here's the new piston, gudgeon pin, my favourite clips, and of course the new rings. And just to make sure, because before I even start, to make sure we get the orientation right. Now, to my memory, it always says that the arrow on the piston, you can see that. I guess it's the right light. There it is there. I believe, if my memory serves me right, should face the exhaust port. So before I put anything together, I just bring together the barrel with the body to make sure they've got the orientation right. So obviously this side of it will come out the flywheel. The flywheel will come out that side. Therefore, will come out that side of the motor. Therefore, that's the way the crankshaft will go in, because obviously the flywheel will fit onto the taper here. So at least I know I've got the right orientation, if nothing else. Now, before I even assemble the piston back onto the conrod, I need to get the main bearings fitted. And you can see here that the two of them are missing. I'm still waiting for those to appear, to be honest with you. A bit of a query as far as I'm concerned. I'm not sure if the main bearing should go up against this thrust washer here. I don't know if you can see the thrust washer. I hope you can. I believe that's where they should go, on either end, but I will look that up. Unless, of course, anybody knows. Obviously got the main bearings, and then obviously the oil seals will go on behind them. So that's where we are at the moment, waiting on the bearings. They're supposed to be here in a few days' time, so I'll keep you updated. But before I do anything, the main bearings must go back on using a press before I put the piston back onto the conrod, and then obviously insert in the barrel. I have, by the way, checked that the piston fits to the barrel, just to make sure. Okay, cheers. So whilst I was waiting for the bearings and the oil seals to come, I thought I'd just double check the oiler itself. It's quite a simple job, relatively straightforward. So I pulled out the oiler line, as you can see there, and it's blown it through, and there's no leaks, and it's nice and supple still, so that's okay to go. To reinsert it actually is quite straightforward, but you do need to be aware, as it goes back in, there's a square, or I don't know if you can see that on the grommet, and it corresponds to the square down there. See the square there? So as it goes in, it should line up. And at the other end, you'll see also that it will fit like so. Okay? It's just for reference, really. I mean, probably most people know this anyway. I also took out the pump, the oil pump, just to make sure it was okay. Again, that's a relatively straightforward job. A 5mm bolt screwed into there, and then you can use a pair of pliers just to lever it all out. Cleaned it all up, make sure it works. Whilst it was out, I popped some WD-40 in through the oiler hole there, and to make sure it clears, it goes through all the passages, and it comes out the bottom, out of here. So it all works. Okay, just a quick one, really. I know it's whilst the machine's all to pieces, it's well worth doing this. You know, why not? If it's make sure it works, rather than having to tear the whole thing apart again. Removing the oil pump using a 5mm bolt. It's also worth noting that the oil pump itself has got a square on it. I don't know if you can see the square there? There is a square. And that corresponds, if you look at the casing, if I move in a bit closer, you can see there's a square. So what that's showing to you, the orientation of the oil pump goes back in with a square facing there. So it would go in as such. The reason of that is there are two holes, in fact, in the pump, you can see there, and they correspond with the holes in the body, which releases the oil out onto the chain. Just a quick tip, that's all.